Cruising with the kids here at the world famous Hoosac Tunnel. That's right, we're back at the tunnel. Today, we're going to be going to what's known as the false start, or the original bore, depending on what people call it. It is a little remnant over here, back from the 1800s when they were first working on this tunnel. Ready to go check it out?
Yeah!
All right. Now this rail is definitely not from the 1800s.
Nope.
Though, that retaining wall over there, most of it is, and the tunnel itself, of course, is from the 1800s. And over here, going to the false start, the test bore, the original dig, the whatever you want to call it, right up, just slightly off of the Hoosac Tunnel East Portal. Come up this little tiny embankment here, and you see here, looks like an old cave. Now, originally, this here was a big arch. So arch may not be the right term, because what happened here is originally they had this drill. It's called Wilson's patented stone cutting machine. It was basically a 24-foot giant cutting ring that was steam powered that would dig into the mountain. And you know what happened? It went in about 10 feet, seized up, and was stuck.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's quite a test toy there. It cost, I think it was 75 grand back in the day. And then the 1800s, that's a lot. So yeah, the Troy and Greenfield Railroad, they opted not to use it and had to go to the state for more funding. But if you look over here, you can actually see some of the old cut. So do you see this curve right here? And you can see it curves in there also, the curve on the roof. Here, I'll get a little closer shot here. So that is where they burrowed into. So I don't remember how long it sat abandoned, but it sat for years until they finally ripped it out and sold it off for scrap. And then through the years, this area here, before it caved in, because keep in mind, that there that we're looking at in there was the end of it, and it came out to start here. So it may have been actually more than 10 feet for all I know. But they used this for a storage shed, and they put a little roof over it. But they repurposed, well, they needed places to store things, and it was there, so they're like, may as well use it, rather than building a barn.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is. All right, who wants to go in? Who wants to go in and check it out?
Wait, we're actually going in?
If you want to, we can go in. You want to go in?
Let's check it
Oh,
out.
it's cold and stinky in there.
Is this where it dug in?
Yeah, that's where it dug in. You can see there's an old barrel in there from storage. And you can see the back wall there, as deep as it got. You can actually really see the marks here of the old digger. On second thought, no, we're not going in there.
So this was where I was originally going to be?
Well, that's a good question. Some people think that, yes, this is where originally it was going to be, the tunnel that is, and had the machine worked, they just would have continued boring through the mountain. Some people think that it was just a test bore that the Troy and Greenfield Railroad did before they were going to fork over $75,000 for a machine. That turns out didn't even work. Either way, it kind of worked. The technology was there. It's just the tools or the building materials. The technology was too advanced for the building materials that they had at the time. This type of tunneling, this type of boring, similar techniques are still used today. So it was a good theory, and it did work a little bit. But unfortunately, it just wasn't good enough. Ooh, what'd you find there, boy? Little piece of rail sticking up?
Yeah.
So that kind of marks where the entrance was. There may have been a gate on there at one point. It looks like there was a gate. Because remember I mentioned they used it as storage. So they probably, you can see there was a floor at one point built here. And so I'm guessing that they had a big gate here. Because I know that there used to be a wooden structure that was built on top of this as well.
If there's donkeys in here, there'd be a fence there that this would probably be used for.
That's right.
For they don't escape out
That's right.
and go into the trap.
Cute. So there's a little bit of Hoosac history. I'm planning to do some more videos like this. So if you guys come up with any questions, or if you viewers come up with any questions, feel free to shoot us a message or like or subscribe or all that stuff. Oh wait, or no, you just go ahead and do. Whoa, the signal lights just turned on. Train! There's train!
Let's go.
Yes, there's a train coming. This is always a good day. Let's get our camera gear set up.
Yeah.
That was super cool. I don't think I've ever seen long hood forward at the tunnel before.
Me either.
Yeah, that was so cool. Guilford locomotive, Pan Am locomotive, both defunct rail lines that are now owned by CSX. Train, a little bit of history in there. So, I mean, you're learning a little bit at the same time, you know, with the false start / test bore etc. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Cruising with the Kids. Please, as always, subscribe, like, comment, share. Doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps us out. We're still looking for that.
Do it for us, kids.
That's right. Do it for these kids. Don't worry about me. I don't matter. But we're still looking to try to get up to 15,000 by the end of summer. Would be awesome. But we'll see what happens. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this. And until next time.
Till next time. Bye. So that was the world. That was a surprise. That was a. I don't know if you saw those pictures or not, but I don't really care if you did or not.